Yo, what's up guys? Press here. So we're actually on the way now. Gotta go get cash, but we're gonna do a game deal for a large Dreamcast lot. So a guy that I've purchased from before, I've gotten all different kinds, PlayStation 2, OG Xbox, Wii U, stuff like that. He now has a portion of his collection which is Dreamcast that he wants to get rid of. So the total value of about, I want to say 2,500 bucks. Very, very nice collection. I trust this guy. Everything I get from him is super clean, super minty. It makes it easy to resell it because I don't need to worry about cleaning anything, you know, for the most part. None of the discs really have to get resurfaced. So we got these new Meta glasses and we're going to take you guys along for the ride here. So stay tuned. Next we'll jump once meeting with him. Not sure he's going to be cool on camera, but we'll see. Alright, so while we're driving here, I kind of want to explain how I get values, how I know what's good when I go to purchase it. So fortunately, the guy I buy from, and this is probably my 8th or 10th deal with him, he's very good at sending me a list of all the games as well as the price charting value. So he looks it up when he sends it. And he also notates, you know, the condition. So is it complete in box, loose, whatever. With that list he sends me, I typically will put it into ChatGPT. Very, very millennial statement there, but it's what works for me. So within ChatGPT, I then ask it to add 2 more columns in addition to the, you know, the name and the value that he assigned to it. I ask it to confirm the value from the last sold, and then I ask, most importantly, for the frequency of sales, right? Are they selling daily, weekly, monthly, whatever? This is super, super, super important as you're beginning to scale your business. You know, when you buy games, right, it's super easy to look at, you know, say, hey, it's a $5,000 lot. He only wants to sell it for 2,500 bucks, and it's 600 games, right? But if they're only selling monthly and yearly, you're going to be sitting on it for a while, which isn't a problem. But if you want to scale, you need stuff that's going to sell monthly weekly and daily. You know, with that, right, the one important thing I look at is you're going to have to pay up a little bit for the ones that sell daily and monthly, right? People typically know it's very, very important to note paying up to certain people, right? So this guy, the first deal I ever did with him, he had a few other people that buy video games, you know, reach out to him. You know, I paid him probably 55, 60% on the first one. Everyone else was offering him 30, maybe 40%. But I built that relationship. So now whenever he has anything he wants to sell, I'm the first person he calls and I get first look. Now, I haven't taken all of it. I've probably taken about 90%. But because of that relationship and because I wasn't trying to be, you know, cheap when I first met him, that's what helped me be able to form this relationship and get more and more games. And for the last 3 months, him alone has, you know, formulated my business's inventory, right? I don't have to worry about anything. I call him, you know, I kind of sell as I can or buy as I can, and he sells whenever. So that's what happens. Earlier this week, texted him, hey, listen, I burned through some stuff, you know, had to... Alright, so unfortunately this guy didn't want to be recorded, but we'll kind of show here just some of the stuff here. Sonic Adventure, Soul Calibur, South Park. I mean, all good stuff, but I mean, it's a few bags worth. Genesis controllers. And then this is probably one of the biggest one in the haul. This is complete and it has the microphone and everything in there. Alright, we're going to go inside and we're going to start breaking it down. Alright, so I'm home, a little bit more controlled environment, right? This is my process, right? So I set everything out. Lots of cool stuff here, right? Dreamcast controllers, visual memory unit. This game that, you know, I just showed, it's kind of there, right? But look at everything else here. And then next to me over here, I kind of have, you know, where I photograph everything. So what I do is I line it up. You know, I'm going to open up every single one of these, right? I'm going to look at it. You know, you got to be very, very gentle with this stuff. It is old and it will break, but I mean, you can see, like, that manual is minty. I'm curious what the back of the disc looks like. Also pretty clean. You know, but I'm going to break all these down and then we'll go next and kind of show you what I do after I get all my pictures. But, you know, when I take pictures, I typically will have it set like this. I'll turn it around, get one of the back, one of the inside, and then one of the disc, just so any of the buyers can see, and it avoids people messaging you saying, hey, can I see the disc? So that's just kind of what my process is.